First, to create a ceiling you cannot work in the floor plan. Instead, go to the project browser and find the ceiling plan. Then, select the level where you want to place the ceiling. For example, if I want to add a ceiling to level 1, I click on Ceiling Plan Level 1. Next, go to the Architecture tab and choose Ceiling. After selecting it, remember to adjust the height offset from level. The ceiling height should not be the same as the total building height. This is because if it is the same, the ceiling will overlap with the slab, causing errors in the 3D view, and it will not leave enough space for lights, ducts, or sprinkler systems. So we usually set it slightly lower. For example, if the floor-to-floor height is 3,500 millimeters, I will set the ceiling height offset to 3,000 millimeters. This leaves 500 millimeters of space for services. Finally, simply click on the room where you want the ceiling, and Revit will automatically generate it for you. After placing the ceiling, you will see grid lines appear inside each room. These grid lines represent the layout direction of the ceiling. However, if you look closely, you may notice that the grids in different rooms are not aligned. To make them consistent, there are two main methods. The first method is to use the Rotate tool. Click on a grid line, drag outward, and you will see a reference line. Click again and a second reference line will appear. By adjusting these lines, you can control the rotation angle. For example, if you want to rotate by 90 degrees, type 90. If you want to rotate half a turn, type 180. This way, you can rotate the grids to match the direction in other rooms. The second method is to use the Align tool. Click on a grid line that you want to use as the reference. Then click on another grid line that needs to be adjusted. The second grid line will automatically align itself to match the first. Repeat this process until all grids look consistent across the project. It's important to note that you may not achieve 100% alignment everywhere, but you can make them appear much more uniform. Compared to Rotate, the Align tool is faster and more efficient. This is because Rotate requires you to manually select a grid, set a reference, and then input or adjust the rotation angle each time. If you are working with multiple rooms, this process can become repetitive and time-consuming. On the other hand, the Align tool allows you to simply pick one grid line as the reference, and then instantly match the orientation of other grid lines with just one click. This not only saves time, but also ensures greater consistency across the project. That is why, in most cases, Align is the recommended method for aligning ceiling grids. We need to keep ceiling grid lines consistent for both visual and practical reasons. If the grids in each room are placed in different directions, the drawings and 3D views will look messy and unprofessional. By keeping the grids aligned, the drawings become much clearer and easier to read. This also helps contractors during construction, because they can align the ceiling layout more accurately on site. In addition, consistent grids ensure that ceiling materials, such as tiles or panels, follow the same direction, avoiding situations where one room looks different from another. So, making the grid lines uniform is not only about aesthetics, but also about construction accuracy and overall quality.